Have you ever heard these two words, cutting losses? Have you ever heard these two words, cutting losses? Do you know what it means? Let's talk about it. Guys, I have been thinking, and I've been thinking about something very important. Work with me on this, right? So imagine you are in a relationship with someone, whether, and honestly, please remember anytime you hear the word relationship on this platform, I want you to remember that we're not talking about only romantic relationships. However, this particular time, I'm leaning more towards romantic relationship because that's where what I'm about to talk about happens the most. Let's get into it. Not to say it doesn't happen with other relationships, it does, but it's just more prevalent with romantic relationships. And that's the only reason why I want to talk about it. I have seen people get damaged, broken, and traumatized because of their experiences from what we're about to talk about. And I don't want to see any of my brother, my sister, or you suffer through this pain anymore. And that's why I feel like this is an important topic. So let's go on this journey today, right? So, as individuals, as human beings, I think it's important that we remember every day of our lives that people would choose to be with us or not based on how they feel about us, based on what they think about us, and based on what their goals are in life. Let's take it back a little bit, right? So think about a guy who met this, let's say the guy meets a lady, likes the lady, already thought about being with the woman or the lady, but then most of the time we do know how these things work, right? We want to make good first impression. We want to do things to make these people feel important and make them feel like we really value them and want them. And in the process of that, we start to do a lot of things that are not sustainable, a lot of things that are beyond our means. And when I'm saying beyond our means, I'm not even talking about like finances. We're going to get some money, but I'm even talking about emotions. Please remember that you can't give what you don't have, right? If you don't have the capacity to love people wholly and entirely unconditionally, it'll be so hard for you to give that out. Anytime you give that out, you're going to get bankrupt emotionally. I think emotional bankruptcy is something that we do not talk about a lot, and it's part of what is wrong with the world today. So let's break it down. When I say learn how to cut losses and move on with your life, this is what I mean. If you get into a relationship with someone, whether it's with the opposite sex, whether it's romantic or not, whatever that relationship is, especially romantic relationships, please only do things that are sustainable, right? Do things that you know that tomorrow you'll still be able to do those things for them, right? Make sure you do things that in another 5, 6 years, it's only going to get better. Because remember, people would fall in love with you based on the way you're treating them. The moment you are unable to treat them the way you used to treat them, it's very easy for them to fall out of love for you. That's one. The other part of this is people could use you as a vehicle to get to where they're going to. And another day, you and me are going to talk about people using others as vehicle to get to their destination because it's a whole another conversation. But for the purpose of this moment that I have you, I want you to go with me on this journey of how important it is to just ensure that what you're giving out, if that person receives all of the stuff you're giving out and still choose not to be with you, you have to make sure that you're going to be okay. If you're giving them money, if you're building their careers for them, if you're buying them things, if you're doing amazing things for them if you're going out of your way to do everything with the sole aim of thinking that you could own them or they'll be loyal to you because of those things, you're wrong. Most of the time, the people that you try to buy would end up leaving you. They will never be loyal to you. You have to go for the people who are going to love you and appreciate you for who you are versus the people that you have to do so much work to get them to be with you. How then do you get them to stay with you and stick with you? You can't do that. That's beyond you. And so it's so important that we remember this as individuals, right? As human beings, and ensure that anytime we get into a relationship, everything we're doing it based off of the fact that we love them, we wish them well, and if they choose not to be with us tomorrow, we will still be okay. I know that's hard. When we invest so much in other people, we expect something in return. But hey, I don't know about you. I believe in God. And I believe that if I do something for you as a Black person, my reward could be with a white person. So I'm not going to get stuck over there wondering when you're going to pay me back. I'm going to move on and wait on God, who is the great rewarder, to reward me. The problem with when you don't cut your losses and move on is that you will be living in a world of trauma. You will be living in a world where you're not only traumatized, but you're going to traumatize the people that you come in contact with after you have exhausted yourself emotionally, financially, physically, in every aspect of your life that you've exhausted yourself pouring into another person who has now decided to walk away from your life. A lot of people look through and would say things like, oh, I did everything for him or I did everything for her and she still left or he still left. Of course, they're going to leave. They never wanted to be there in the first place. And if they do decide to leave, and if they do decide to even be there and then wake up tomorrow and feel like it's no longer you, you can't blame them. And you cannot put yourself in jail because you pour into someone who never saw the value of what you did for them, who never even saw the value in you. So anytime you're dealing with other human beings, because human beings are always, we're very dynamic, right? We wake up one day, we feel this way. Tomorrow, we might not feel that way. You always have to remember that everything you do not have expectations. Do not think that they're going to be able to pay you back for anything you do for them. Do not think that you're going to be able to get them to stay or be with you because of what you're doing for them. You have to have this mindset of, I love you unconditionally. I'm doing all these things for you. And if you leave, I'm going to be okay. Because guess what? The way I think, if someone walks out of my life, I know someone better is going to walk in. And you should make that your motto moving forward. That way you do not stay in a bad situation for too long because of your investment. You do not own those people. This is very peculiar to men. And I'm going to speak directly to men. Men tend to invest in relationship. And in turn, they expect that the woman would stay. It does not work like that, man. It doesn't. Because sometimes what a woman is looking for is more than what you're giving. It might not even be what you're giving at all. If you're giving her brand new cars or money or house, I promise you, it does not guarantee that that woman is going to be there for you tomorrow. What could be guaranteed though is you knowing that this is a human being that may choose to not be with me tomorrow, and make up your mind that everything you're giving is not going to put you in jail because they decide to leave. What kind of jail are we talking about? Emotional jail. A lot of people are walking around, but they are in emotional jail. Emotional jail. They do not even know how to move forward with their lives because of what someone else has done to them. And most of the time it's because they cannot cut their losses. So please, cut your losses. Cut your losses and move on. Don't say because you've invested in someone, you're going to punish the next person because the someone that you invested in did not reciprocate, or you didn't get any reward, or they walked out of your life. And so now whoever walks in have to suffer or pay for their crimes. It doesn't work like that. And you're going to end up emotionally in a bad place every single time if you don't learn to cut your losses. And sometimes the handwritings are on the wall, right? We see these flags, red flags, that we know 100% that this person is moving funny or acting funny, but we still choose to be with them. So if that's your decision, that's fine. But remember that because you chose that, there are consequences for your actions and your decisions. And so it's important that you know when to cut your losses and move on to other things. I don't know what it's going to be, whatever makes you happy, whatever is not going to make you feel like you're giving too much and not getting anything in return is what you want to move on to. So don't make people feel like you own them because of the things that you've done for them. When people feel that way, they are most likely going to leave. Men, listen again. Spending money on her is not going to make her stay. Doing things for her is not going to make her stay. Some women you don't even have to do anything for and they're still going to love on you. That doesn't mean you're irresponsible or you're not doing the most, but sometimes some women don't even want all the stuff that you think they want. They probably want something else. Learn to know what they want, what makes them happy, and then work based off of that. But please, if you are in a relationship or if you were in a relationship that never served you right and you are out of it, take yourself out of that emotional jail and start living today. And moving forward, learn to cut your losses. Cut your losses, like just try. It's like however that much the money you've spent on that person is, you can make way more. Money comes and money goes. It's not a static situation where you will never be able to get up again. No. But we tend to feel this way and then put ourselves in this position where every single time we're just stuck in this bad place and we need to do better. We don't own people. We will never be able to make them stay loyal to us because of what we do for them. People will just choose to be with you and be with you, period. It has nothing to do with anything. I've seen most cases where women would marry someone because of what they do for them, and several years down the road, they get tired and bored. They want something else. Do you blame them? Because the person was trying to buy their love. Don't try to buy love. Let them love you naturally. And when you find someone who loves you naturally, don't be stupid. Grab them, stick with them, love on them too. I don't know why in today's world, people are always going for the people who do not want them. You all need to stop. As a guy, if I find a woman who loves me crazily and I don't see any red flag, I don't see any funny behavior, I don't see anything that makes me feel like they're onto something crazy, I'll take it. I'll take it because you're better off with someone who loves you so much versus someone that you're trying to buy their love. As a woman, the same for you. Don't say he's too short, but then he checks other boxes and go be with someone who's going to treat you like a piece of shit because maybe he's taller. It doesn't work that way. Stop pursuing people who do not want you and stick to the ones who do, and make sure it's a match, right? You don't want to settle at the same time. Make sure it's a match. And when those relationships no longer serve you, I'm not talking marriage. Don't go walk out of your marriage thinking it no longer serves you, unless it's something deeper, right? That's different. But when relationships no longer serve you, cut your losses, move on, heal, and live the life that you are supposed to live.